and the Action Craft Ace 19. With an overall length of 18 feet 11 inches, a beam of 7 feet 6 inches, and max horsepower rating of 200.
Rick, what's the best card in the deck?
The Ace?
Absolutely. In this Action Craft Ace, it stands for Action Craft Extreme, and it really is an extreme design when you take a look at it.
It's different. No question about that. They've done some things that sets this boat apart, and there's a reason why they did it, and I like it.
This boat, it can go from a bass boat to a flats boat in under 60 seconds, and that way you only need to have one boat that can fish both bodies of water.
Oh, and I've seen it. It's not a flats boat on the lake. It's a bass boat when it gets to the lake. A couple of more things that jump out at me the minute I look at this boat. One of them is the sea deck all the way around. Keeps it quieter, keeps it easier to walk on. The other thing I love is that big bench seat. That's as wide a bench seat as I've ever seen on a flats boat. 3 people easy, 4 if you're small. It's a great place to sit.
Well, if you ever spent any time in the Keys, you're gonna see a lot of Action Crafts down there. A lot of guides are running them for a lot of reasons, mainly because of this quiet, dry hull. Super efficient, very, very dry, and it'll give you a really comfortable ride on a long run, especially if you're gonna cross a choppy bay.
I tell you, there's an awful lot of very serious fishermen that hate hull slap, and the quiet dry prevents that.
Well, there's a lot of other things that you're gonna love about this boat once we go through it. It'll start at the bow and work way to the back.
Check out this sea deck. This is a lot more comfortable to spend the day standing on.
Well, it really is, plus no noise.
No noise, that's right. And man, can that make a difference when you're trying to sneak up on a school of fish.
Well, bass boats all have carpet. It makes it quiet, it makes it comfortable, but you certainly don't want to take a boat into a saltwater environment with carpet because it just really won't last. This sea deck will. It has all the benefits of carpet without any of the drawbacks.
And it's easy to clean. I mean, they've shown it to us, and it's really, really easy to clean. It's gonna hold up, it's gonna protect your boat, and it's gonna keep you more comfortable, add to your day.
Well, it's standard on the Extreme model, and for a good reason, because if you're gonna make this boat do freshwater and saltwater, you need something like this to appeal to those freshwater guys to get them out of their bass boats, but yet a saltwater guy can look at this boat and go, yeah, I can take this on the flats.
Exactly. Calling it a transformer is certainly not a misnomer. It really goes fresh to salt easily.
All right, before we go to the back, let's talk a little bit more about this front deck. You've got 2 hatches over here for storage, but the compartments connect. Where most manufacturers, they put a little bitty well underneath each hatch. The only thing that'll fit in there is what'll go through the hatch. You can actually put something really long in this hatch and it'll go all the way through to the front of the boat. Also, under the hatch you're standing on, there's a receiver in there for an ice chest. Your batteries are up here out of the way for your trolling motor. You still have room to drop in the ice chest, so you haven't taken any of your wells, your release well, your 2 live wells. You can use those for their intended purpose and you don't have to ice drinks down in them. One of the live wells is up here in the front, and it's the perfect size for a bow live well. You don't need a big giant live well in the bow. This is the perfect size, and it's right here. If I'm fishing the bow, I don't have to go to the back to get my bait.
You've got your pedestal seat holder right here. You've got room under here for everything from boogie boards to water skis. Pretty well laid out.
Well, as we move to the back of the boat, there's some other cool things I want to show you.
2 things I really like. You know I love the wide gunnels. Even a nice touch putting the ruler there, and I love under gunnel rod racks that are long enough to hold a fly rod.
Well, if you look at this console, I like the design of it. It's not very big, it fits the boat perfectly, and it has a lot of room underneath for your toes.
It's really got a unique curve to it under the top of the console to really make your legs more comfortable. Neat thing, but if you come back, you gotta love this bench seat.
Well, the fact that you can put multiple people back there while you're riding, especially for a long run, it's just a comfortable place to sit. But it folds down, and it's just as flush as what the rear deck is, because if you're fishing 2 people off of this boat or 4 people off of this boat, now you can have multiple people on the rear deck. But when you get ready to make that long run home, now 3 people can share this nice big bench seat.
I don't know who at Action Craft took the time to rethink the seat that we thought we knew everything about. This is a much better design. Look at how much you increase the size of your rear casting platform when you fold it down. It makes good sense.
The pulling platform is removable. You pull 2 pins, you slide it forward, you take it off, you put your pedestal seats in, and now you've just gone from a flats boat to a bass boat.
Now explain that to me. You pull the platform off. Is it stable enough once it's on then?
Yeah, absolutely. The way the mounts are, the pins are just holding it in place. Once you pull the pins, it allows it to slide forward. It comes off of the mounts and it stays flush, it's out of the way.
Having told me that, why wouldn't everybody have that on their boat? Because you never know when you're going to want to pull it, and now you don't have to deal with it every day if you're not pulling.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Back here, we've got really good systems access. Center hatch leads to a huge release well. You've got another well over here that can either be storage or can be plumbed as an additional live well. So you can have 2 live wells in this boat and a big release well.
When your boat's 19 feet long, you have to maximize every inch of space. I think the Action Craft 19 Ace did that very well.